What is good, guys? Tunji again from Caesar Graphics. Welcome to my channel. Today we are creating a game day movie poster. Alright, so if you need the exercise file for this tutorial, simply make use of the link in the description section of this video. Another thing I need you guys to know where designing a game day movie poster is making the face of your character tough. Alright, now I mean like adding depth to your characters. So I'm going to be teaching you how to achieve that in this tutorial. And guess what? We are not going to be using any plugin to achieve this. What you just need to do is to have Photoshop installed on your workstation or that MacBook that you're using. So sit back, relax, and keep watching. Alright, so let's create a new document. So I'm going to click on File and I'm going to select New. So I'm going to call this game, alright, and my width is going to be 1280, height is going to be 720 because I'm using this as the banner for this tutorial. Okay, so the resolution is going to be 72 and I'll leave every other settings the way they are and select the create button. All right, then I'm going to create a new layer by holding down Alt and click on the new layer button here and say gray BG and hit that OK button. So I'm going to go straight to my color picker here and just use this type of gray here, and I'm going to select the OK button. Then I'm going to apply the color of my foreground to the layer by holding down Alt and backspace. Alright, then I'm going to drag my smoke image in here and drop, and I'm going to make this bigger like so, and this should be here, and hit the enter key. Then I'll change the blend mode to screen, and I'm going to make a copy of this by dragging and dropping on the new layer icon and activate the free transform on the layer and right click and say flip horizontal, and I'm going to move this to this side. All right, then I'll make sure I close this line by shift select the two layers and make a copy of those two smoke layers to make the smoke effect more stronger. And I'm going to create a new layer and call this smoke because I need to fix something here. And then I'm going to select the brush to increase my brush size like so, and go to the brush settings. Make sure you are on the soft round brush when doing this, and I'm going to hold on Alt and click to sample a color from here, and then increase my brush size and just apply the brush to close this stuff here. So I'm going to change my flow to let's see, I'm going to make my flow 15, and I'm going to turn down smooth to go back to 0%, and I'm going to gently apply this here. All right, then the next thing I'm going to do is to drag the picture of my players in like so. So I'm going to drag this first and drop this here, and this should be on this side of my frame, and I'm going to reduce the size like so. This should be here. Hit the enter key. Then I'm going to drag the second player, which is Stephen Curry, and then I'm going to move this here and move this down like so. Right, and this should be here like so. All right, then the next thing I'm going to do is to put the two players in a group. So I'll shift select the two layers and then hit Ctrl G to group it. And I'm going to make a copy of this, and I'll name this BCK, which is backup. I'll right click on this and say convert to smart objects, and I'm going to right click again and say rasterize. Then I'm gonna make a copy of this, and I'm going to go to filter, order, and select high pass here. So I'm just gonna make my radius 3.2 like so, and select the OK button. And next is to change my blend mode here to hard lights. All right, so what we're trying to do now is to add that depth that I was talking about in the beginning of this video to the our characters here. So I'm going to clip this inside this layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down Alt and place my mouse in between the two layers and click to clip it inside this layer here. So I'm going to call this original. All right, so and yeah, so then another thing I notice here is that if you look at the skin color of Stephen Curry here, is looking brighter than this other player here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight to my adjustment tab here. So if you can't find the adjustment tab, simply go to Windows and activate it here. So I'll activate levels, and then I'm going to make Stephen Curry's skin a bit darker. All right, now this is okay. So this is affecting this other player here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out by selecting my brush tool here and make sure that my foreground here is set to black. If yours is not set to black, simply click on this icon and then it will change to black. All right, then I'm going to go to my brush settings here and turn off shape dynamic and turn on transfer, because I have a graphics tablet. But if you don't have a graphics tablet, you can easily turn your flow down to 16 like mine. But if you have a graphics tablet, you can turn this back to 100. Now the reason why we're doing this is because I want to be able to control the strength of my brush. All right, so then I'm going to apply the brush to this side of the project because I don't want it to touch this tool here, like so. All right, then I'm going to zoom in because this is affecting the jersey, so we need to take it out from the jersey. So I'm going to just take it out like so. So next is to reduce the saturation of the colors here. All right, so I'm going to activate Hue Saturation, and I'm still going to click on this clip icon here to say I don't want this to affect the entire project. All right, so then I'm going to reduce the saturation like so. Now this is affecting the color of their jersey, but I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to take it out from the jersey. Then I'll zoom in and make sure my brush is set, make sure your foreground is set to black like mine now, and I'm just going to scale down the brush size and just take this out from the jersey like so. All right, so the next thing we're going to do now is to add depth to the project by boosting the shadow. So to do that, I'm going to go straight to my adjustment tab here and activate Hue Saturation again, and I'm going to click on the clip icon, and then I'm going to reduce the saturation like so. Now I only want this to affect the shadow part of the project, so I'm going to blend this by double clicking on the layer to activate the layer style. Then I'm gonna move from this side down to this side because, like I said, I only want this to touch the shadow of the players. So I'm gonna move this here like so, and I'm gonna hold on Alt and break the slider by moving this to this side and then moving this to this side like so. All right, so I'm gonna select the OK button, and this is affecting the jersey of this player here. So I'm gonna take out the the hue saturation adjustment from the jersey of this player here. So I'm going to reduce the brush size and just take it out from here. Now make sure that your foreground is still set to black like mine, and I'm just going to take it out from here like so. Just take it out. Okay, so I think, yeah, so for Stephen Curry's jersey, I'm going to do the same thing here. Just take it out from here because we're losing the blue, so I'm just going to take it out. So the next thing again is to add curve adjustment, and we're still trying to boost the strength of the shadow. Okay, so I'm going to click on the clip icon here again and just dial this down. All right, make my curve look like so, and I'm going to blend this again by double clicking on the layer to activate the layer style, and I'm going to move this to this side like so, and hold on Alt and just push this way and move this way, and just do it like so. All right, we just do it like so, and I'm going to select the OK button. So now it's still affecting the jersey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on Alt and duplicate the layer mask of the hue saturation and apply it to the layer mask of the curve. So I'm going to do that now by holding on Alt and drag and drop here. Now you see that the curve is no more on the jersey of the players. Okay, so I think I also need to take it out from here. So I'm going to increase my brush size and just take it out from here like so, and do the same thing, take it out from here like so. For this, let's just make this a bit more darker because Stephen Curry's skin is still a bit brighter, like so. Now this is okay. So what I'm going to do again now is to boost the color of the jerseys. So I'm going to go to Selective Color under the Adjustment tab here. So I'm going to activate it and then go straight to green. So I'll go to green, and I'm going to increase the green on this. So the opposite of cyan here is red. The opposite of magenta here is green, and the opposite of yellow here is blue. So we are going straight to the green. So I'm going to add green to it, because here green is somewhere here but you can't see it. So I'm going to move this to this side just so as to increase the strength of the blue here, I mean the green, excuse me, here. And then under my yellow here, I'll go straight to yellows here, and I'm going to increase yellow by moving it to the side. Now you see, we're beginning to see the yellow on the project. So or for the blue, because on Stevie Curry's jersey we have these blues here, so I'm going to increase the blue by going down here and then moving this down to this side, like so. All right, now this is okay. And I'm going to click on the clip icon because I only want this to affect the layer of the players, and I think I still need to boost the color more. So I'll go straight to the reducing of the saturation here, and I'll go straight to yellow because I still want to boost the color of the yellow here. So I'm going to increase this, like so. Now you see we're beginning to see the yellow, popping more. And I'll go straight to green again and increase the saturation of my green so as to add more, depth, or to boost the color of the green here, and add highlight to the project. So I'm going to activate curve and just boost this up like so, and click on the clip icon because I only want this to affect the players. So then I'm going to blend this by double clicking on the layer of the curve, and this time I'm going to move this to the side like so, because depth is very important where designing a good game day poster is concerned. So I'm going to move this to this side, so, and then I'm going to hit the OK button. Then I'm going to add noise to the project. So I'll hold down Alt and click on the new layer icon and call this noise, and change the blend mode of this to soft light, and check the fill with soft light neutral color 50% gray option. And I'm going to select the OK button, and I'll go to filter now and say add noise, and say add noise. Okay, all right, then I'm going to increase my amount like so. All right, and I'm going to select the OK button. Then in order to make our background look more interesting, because the way it is now is looking too flat, so I'm going to click on the gray background layer, and I'm going to select the text tool, and then I'm going to type. All right, then the font I'm using here is the shader Gothic Rough, and I'm going to activate the free transform on that layer, and I'm going to make this real big. All right, now actually it's just only the game part that I need, so I'm just going to make this big like so. Let me make it big, and I'm going to move this here. Yeah, this is okay. So then I'm going to change the opacity. All right, change the opacity like so. All right, change the opacity like so, and this should move up here like so. All right, now this is okay. And the next thing I'm going to do is to and so we need to add the floor. All right, because it looks as if my players here are floating. So I'm going to use the uncropped image and position this here like so. I'm going to position this here because I'm trying to still maintain the shadow from Stephen Curry's leg. All right, here, then I'm going to select the enter key, right click and say rasterize, and I'm going to add a layer mask to this, and I'll hold out Ctrl Shift and U to convert this to black and white. Select the layer mask of the layer and select the brush tool, and I'm going to hit Ctrl I to reverse the mask, and I'm going to select the brush tool and zoom in, turn off cap. All right, and I'm just going to add, then we need to switch this to white. Yeah, then I'm going to add this back to the scene like so. All right, we need to add it back to the scene like so. Now when you're doing this, make sure you are on the soft round brush. Okay, then I'm going to make a copy of this like so. Yeah, then I'm going to move this to this side. All right, then I'm going to apply my background color to it because I don't want to see Stephen Curry's legs. So I'm going to hold down Control and Backspace to apply my background color to the layer mask of the duplicate layer. And then I'm going to zoom in and then select the brush tool. Just apply that back like so. Just do the same thing here. All right. Do the same thing here like so. And this is okay. So I'm going to stamp visible the project by holding down Ctrl Shift Alt and E, and I'll go to filter and go to sharpen because I want to add more depth to the pixel. So I'm going to show you smart sharpen. So I'm going to make my amount 128, radius is going to be 0.6, reduce noise is going to be 9, and I'm going to select the OK button. Now it's time for us to start adding our details to the project. Okay, so I'm going to start with the game day. On this here, then the font I'm going to be using here is going to be Euro style. So I'm going to see right here. So I'm going to select it here, and I'm going to go to the property tab here and use the bold style and say day here. I'm going to make a copy of this and position this here and call this poster. All right, and I'm going to make this real big here. Now let's just call it poster tutorial. Right, tutorial, and I'm going to centralize this and come up like so. We can even close the tracking, just make the letters close to each other like so. Yeah, this is good. And then this should be here like so. All right, then I'm gonna drag and drop the logos. So this is gonna be here, and I'm gonna make this go smaller. This should be here. Let's make it smaller like so. This should be here. All right, then I'm gonna drag the other logo in, but I'd always like to make sure that the logos share the same size. So I'm gonna position this above the very first logo, and this should be here like so. And then I think this needs to be smaller. Let's just make this smaller, and this should be here. I'll make a copy of this, position this here, and because yeah, so this game is holding today, so I'm gonna put today's date, which is 14th of June 0200. All right, like so. And this should be here. I'm gonna make it smaller like so. Should be here. Let's just centralize it. Let's make everything centralized. All right, so I should selected all the layers and then hit centralize here. So I'm gonna move this a bit to this side because I want this to be at the center of the logos. All right, then I'm gonna make a copy of this. All right, and double click on the layer and change this to VS, which is masses. All right, and I'm gonna make this bigger. This is gonna be bigger like so, and it's gonna be somewhere here. I'm gonna right click on this layer and say convert to shape because I don't want to see the outline of the VS. So make sure this is set to shape, and I'm gonna choose this color and say no fill, and I'm gonna change this to outside, and this is going to be, let's say, 1.8. All right, so yeah, and for this I think I need to just add tracking to this. All right, so I'm going to add tracking to it. So I'm going to put on shift and just add more tracking to this like so, and this should be here just like so. And let's see if I have everything centralized now. So I'm going to move this here like so. So I think yeah, move this bit to this side. So all right, okay, so here is the final project. This is the final project. I'm glad you made it to the end of this tutorial. If you have not subscribed, simply hit the subscribe button and remember to click the post notification bell so you get notified when I post my tutorials. If you are able to achieve any project with the help of this tutorial, or you were able to achieve this tutorial, simply post it on your Instagram page and remember to tag me. My Instagram handle is at Caesar Graphics, and also remember to use the hashtag Caesar Graphics when posting this on your social media account. Like, share, and comment on this video, and I'll see you again in the next one. Peace.